Hi, I'm Arif Delvi from the Application Technology Group within Global Sales Engineering. Continuing on our series on Customer Data Hub demo flows for Release 10, today we would be looking at DaaS, Data as a Service flow. Let's begin with having our weekly password and our Data Steward Manager user, which is Mandy Steward. So let's log in. As we are logging in, just to give you a recap as to what we have done in our previous flows, we have imported a file with about 15 records in them, and then we have run the batch cleansing process so that we can get the address validated and the zip codes filled up for all the null values which were within the zip codes. And then we ran the batch cleansing batch deduplication process, which was a two-step process where we first ran the duplicate identification and then we ran the duplicate resolution. Today let's look at data as a service. This can be a standalone demo itself where you can actually create records and do the enrichment, or we can use our existing data which we have loaded through our file import and data cleansing and batch resolution process and demo it. I'll begin by demoing what we have in our system, and then we can create a new record and also enrich them. So enrichment is for accounts and the enterprise contacts. So we go to sales and accounts. So here we have our existing accounts which we imported through the file import process. So for an example, let's first start off with our own company. Let's say Untitled, and let's say go to actions and say enrich selected accounts. So this is going to the Oracle Public Cloud Data as a Service instance, and here we have access to all the records that are present within the system. So it comes back and says we have two matching records for this particular record. Which one do you want to select? And we can select either the first one, which is Oracle System Corporation or Oracle Complex Systems, or just Oracle. So let's use this, and then basically it has all the different enriched values. So we can select the enriched values, or we can abide by the values that we have in the database. So let's just select all the enriched values and say enrich. Now you're going to get a confirmation saying that the record has been enriched and the values have been updated in the database. So this is the confirmation you get. So let's take one more record and see how it works. So let's take this particular record, which is Treble, and say actions, enrich the selected record. So here I get again a list of two records which I can use. Since I have this as Treble Navigation Limited, I'm going to select this, which is in Boulder, Colorado, and all its associated enriched values. And I can say enrich. Again, I get a confirmation that the record has been enriched. The reason I wanted to take this record was I wanted to show you that the name has changed here from just Treble to Treble Navigation Limited. Now let me drill down on this record. So here, this is a snapshot of this particular record. Right now, it has the URL, which was not there when we did that reload, and also it has all the associated enriched values. The other thing what we're going to do is we're going to add a contact which is associated with this particular account. So right now you see there are 0 contacts, 0 relationships. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Contacts tab, And what we're going to say is add contacts, but get me the contacts which are in Data Cloud. So now it gets me a list of its associated contacts which are grouped by roles. So here you can actually show the results by the job level, the location, the job function, or the organization level. So let's just take it by job level. Let's select 2 job roles, and here we can see the number of records associated with each job role. Sometimes you might have multiple accounts, so both those contacts or 3 or 4 depending on how many records you have for that job role gets added. But for our example, let's just take these 2 and say OK. So again, you're going to get a confirmation and you're going to see the number of contacts appear on the contacts tab. So here you see that there are 2 contacts that are added for this particular account. Now what we can do is we'll do a save first. Just to make sure that all the relationships have been added correctly. And when we go back to our overview page, we see that this particular record has a contact associated with it, which is Anna Herbert. Now, and the number of contacts are 2. So, and this is the primary contact for this particular account. So what we'll do now is we'll drill down on this contact and see whether we can enrich this particular contact. So we go here and then say Actions, Enrich Contact. So now we can actually enrich this particular contact, and you see all the fields that are available for enrichment for a contact, and then we say enrich. So now you get a confirmation that this contact has been enriched. We'll do a save and close. So we go back to the account screen again. And then again we do a save and close, so we can close out of this particular screen and come back to our main screen. Now let's create a new account and see if we can enrich it. I know we can enrich big accounts, but I want to show you how we can enrich small accounts too. So the example I'm going to take today is famous hamburgers. This is our favorite place to eat hamburgers, so let's use that as an example. The other thing is I exactly don't know the address, so what I'm going to do is I know it's in Dearborn, which is in Michigan. So let this come. So Dearborn, Wayne County, Michigan. So let me select that, and then what I'll do is I'll do a save and continue. So with this option, you can actually enrich it in the overview page. So here you can go into actions and say Enrich Account. So I get, okay, this is famous hamburger in Dearborn, Michigan, USA. And I get the enriched values. And also I would get the complete address of this particular business. So one thing to note here is it's better if you have the city along with the name, which will give you better matching results for the records that are pulled in from the DaaS service. Now I can say save and close. So now you can see that this particular record has been enriched, and I'll just say save and close. The other thing what we can also do is enrich multiple records at the same time. So here, let me select a few records, say 2, Aloha Dairy Queen, I know Tribal, I know Oracle. So I'm selecting multiple records for enrichment. The only difference here when you do a single record versus multiple record enrichment is in a single record you have the option of selecting which record and which field you would want to enrich. But when you're doing multiple records, you don't have that particular option. It directly takes the first matching record and all its available fields and enriches those records and gives you a status saying that this particular record is enriched. The best way of knowing this is when the check marks go away and you get this particular dialog box saying that 5 records have been enriched. So this is the enrichment flow using data as a service, which is on Oracle Public Cloud. Take care and have a great day. Thank you so much.